Welcome into the English E. Jones Athletic Center and Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court in Pembroke, North Carolina for UNC Pembroke and Georgia College on this Saturday afternoon. Glad to have you with us, everybody, alongside Mike Juan Cole. This is Trevor Williams, and it's going to be an exciting afternoon of volleyball, Mike Juan. The UNCP trying to get its second win at home this season.
Right, I think it'll be today's going to be a good day for UNCP. UNCP, they have a young team, but I think they'll still be good to outbeat this Georgia team today.
All right, well, we will see how that goes for them as they get set for action. UNC Pembroke on the floor. Their starters, Michaela Elliott, Kiara Price, April Tankersley, Tyler Fitzpatrick, and then Akia Jones. Casey Bell is the libero, and Madeline Ashwell. On the other side for Georgia College, they have Kayla Brockway, Ebony Powers, Emma Bogner, Libby Bokniak, and then Lauren Swift, Taylor Svela, and Chandler Ewaldson. So head coach Ellen McGill for UNC Pembroke ready to bring the Braves out here on Parents and Families Weekend. So a big crowd of parents and families here to watch all of their UNCP student athletes. Football tonight, they'll play two matches here today. We'll have the first on the UNCP Sports Network, and then later tonight at 7 o'clock with football. So the serve right away off to the Braves. Casey Bell will have the bump set for Akia Jones, and the Braves get the opening point here this afternoon. It's a great start, exactly what the Braves are looking for. Back to serve with it, Tyler Fitzpatrick. The freshman from Charlotte sent it away along the near side over the block. Casey Bell has a big dig out. Ashwell able to adjust to it. Here comes the set for Georgia College. It was right there for Bogner, but Casey Bell on that back end again. Free ball back towards Georgia College. Bobcats have it tipped off the block. Two Braves trying to get to it. They almost did. Another free ball back. Be set up one more time for Bogner over the blockers and down to the floor. And the first 2 points split here this afternoon. Mike Juan Rene, you can feel pretty good energy in the gym with all the parents here.
Oh, yeah, I think this was a good turnout so far for a volleyball game, especially here on Parents and Families Weekend. Start of the game is looking pretty good.
It's always fun to see that. The Braves get the touch, the kill credited to Akia Jones, and Akia Jones has both of the Braves' kills to start it this afternoon. Georgia College playing well this season, 5-2, and they won a night ago against Francis Marion. UNC Pembroke had a win at home already against Converse. That's Ashwell with the tap back down on the overpass. Braves point. They take that 2-1 lead. Casey Bell serving. You see her there, the Creedmoor, North Carolina native, is the only senior, and the big block now gets the Braves another point, as it was both Jones and Elliott up for it. The Braves, they come storming out of the gates. Already with the two big kills and a block, and the overpass ends up working up for Georgia College to get the point. So it is now 4-2 Braves. The score bug a little bit behind. Chandler Ewaldson serves it along that far side. The set goes back towards Ashwell, taps it once, the back row collapses on it, and falls to the floor. Kept up by Ebony Powers, but looked like a little miscommunication there, Mike Wong.
Oh, yes. I think they got confused as to which way the ball was going. Too many players going towards it.
So it fell to the floor. UNC Pembroke leading by 3 points here early. Casey O'Quinn doesn't have a service ACS this year. Had that the serve and the point down for Georgia College. Bobcats got the point from Taylor Svela, the Charlotte native, a junior, PBC co-freshman of the year in 2015, and now Jordan Mullering has the serve. Casey O'Quinn brings it back for Ashwell, off a tip blocker, and Madeline Ashwell with the point. Ashwell's been playing well this season, 60 kills, one of the higher totals on the team, and averaging 1.67 kills per set, hitting just under 100. Braves have it doubled up right now. Springing to it, Svela. Comes the set right away for Michaela Elliott. And the hefty swing for the sophomore. And Mike Vaughn, that's the energy that Coach Ellen McGill is looking for this afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Very good energy. Come from especially the sophomores. You know, we don't have one senior on the team. Like I said, the team is young. So we still got plenty of this energy to keep coming on forth this year.
I've seen a lot of action here early in another UNCP point. The Braves just rolling right now. The set comes back to the near side, tap back down by the front row blockers. After the Elliott block, another put back down to the floor, but they're going to say a net violation against UNC Pembroke. So they will take that away from the Braves. 8-4 now the score. Libby Bokniak nearly working the service. Ace now does. Unable to get it back over the net. Anna Hines for Bokniak, service ace number 5 this season. And the Marietta, Georgia native is just a freshman.
Oh, wow. That's good. Their team is also young, too. I don't believe they have any seniors on their team, actually, except for one, number 20.
Both of these teams, yeah, just the lone senior. And both liberos, interestingly enough. Chandler Ewaldson and then Casey Bell for UNC Pembroke. Braves leading 9-5. Michaela Elliott has the serve. Bump set for the back row over a couple blockers, and Libby Bokniak that time put it down for the point. It'll draw Georgia College a little bit closer. 9-6 right now, our score. The serve coming from Taylor Svela. With the left-handed swing, the kill, Kiara Price. Right now, the Braves connecting on nearly everything that they go for. In fact, they have not missed yet. A perfect team hitting percentage of 1,000. Can't get much better than the Braves in this opening set.
No, you can't get much better than that, Trevor.
The truest of sense, a perfect hitting percentage. And if it stays like this, Coach Ellen McGill is going to be plenty happy. The Braves get the service ace from Miranda Queta. Leads the team in that category. Now 9 on the season. Here goes Queta again. How about back-to-back? Another for the Braves. And they continue to add to their opening set lead. That'll be a timeout right away by Georgia College. UNCP in its first 12 points has not had an attacking error. Add to that a total of a couple service aces, and they lead it 12-6 on the first timeout for Georgia College. And we talked about Parents and Families Weekend maybe bringing some energy. It looks like the team has really come to play today.
Oh, yeah. I think they don't want their parents to be embarrassed. I think they want to show their parents what they come with today. To show off so their parents can go back to their friends and tell them, hey, this is what my daughter did this year. So I think we're doing pretty good. Much communication and everything. So we're going to be all right.
It's been a nice start to the Parents and Families Weekend for sure. If you've ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name, one reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-the-line Cadillacs, so why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They're located next to Lumberton High School. So we will see how the Braves followed up after a pair of service aces for Miranda Queta. The head coach of Georgia College is Gretchen Krumdick from Wheeling Jesuit in 2003. She's now a fifth-year head coach with the Bobcats. Maybe hoping that last time out would ice the server Queta a bit. Queta will get to set this time. Back over to the far side. Tyler Fitzpatrick just misses long. Sorely needed there for the Bobcats to get a point back and get the side out to start working back in their direction. They still trail the Braves by 5. 4 back in the receive. Casey Bell's the first to have hands on it. Running to it, Akia Jones. Trying to find the back right corner. Ewaldson with the bump set for Bokniak. Jones has to adjust, avoids the net, drops it in front of the attack line. Akia Jones keeping the lively hitting percentage going for UNCP. 3 kills on 4 attacks. The only misses so far, Tyler Fitzpatrick, one attacking error, and it's a team hit percentage of .727 in this opening set. And the blockers getting up for the Braves as well. They've outblocked it 2-zip. Over to Ashwell. Ewaldson get it to the right side for Swift. Casey Bell with the left hand, a little punch to get to it. Now Jones flicks it with a right hand to the back line, and it's in. Akia Jones, a little bit of everything in that toolbox this afternoon.
Oh, yes, he's showing off today.
That was something, kind of running towards the net and just one hand, zoom to the back left corner. Braves have it doubled up right now in this opening set. The center seam set up for Bogner. Again, the try this time was Swift. Yes, it stays down, blocked down by Ashwell and Tankersley. The officials looking at each other for a moment. David Mave and Rick Lasky to make sure they were in agreement on that call, but it did stay in. This Braves block has been impressive. 3 blocks to none.
Our front line's doing very good, actually.
That's the first time we've seen that for UNCP, a service error. That's what you can't have. Those are the momentum killers in matches. Already the crowd continuing to file in at opening serve this afternoon. Football later today. The parking lot outside is going to be going with the tailgate. It's a fun atmosphere to start.
Yeah, they even having laser tag out there today, which is pretty interesting.
That's something. I didn't know that. Right into the back line for Georgia College. So down by 7, and remember the Bobcats are just a night removed from playing 5 sets at Francis Marion. And granted, they ran away with their 5th set, but you know they're going to be a little more tired than the Braves, who had a night off a night ago.
Right, it takes a lot to recuperate just coming back off the road.
Especially off those 5 setters. Tankersley was denied. Now Casey Bell has to push a free ball to the back right corner. Georgia College has no trouble recreating with Bogner. And the point for the Bobcats gets them into double digits. So UNCP wants to keep a little run going. Right now it's a 3-point run for Georgia College. Over towards Ashwell, tipped one, got the touch for the Braves point. You can feel the energy right now for UNCP, and it's exciting for the squad as well, considering a couple of their players who you just maybe saw for a moment on screen there. Ellie Hicks, Bailey Jones, players that are injured that can't play this afternoon.
Right.
Everyone else has been picking up the slack, though, for UNC Pembroke. Just a little low calculation for Akia Jones into the net. It would have been a 4th contact for the Braves anyways. 16-11 right now. Georgia College has the libero Ewaldson back to serve. Leads the team in service aces and digs per set. Michaela Elliott comes running in on the slide from that far side. It was tipped and then saved back to the Braves. Now Ashwell with the try, able to work it off of Brockway for the kill. The hit percentage staying phenomenal in this opening set, 500. The Braves have not hit like this season on the year, hitting 105, opponents hitting 205.
Oh yeah, that was a big jump from last season.
And already showing up today as well. The set over towards Ashwell. Trying to drop it on the front line blockers. A touch, a slight turn by Bogniak. Back over to Ashwell, trying to keep it inside the antenna, just does. Right back up to Svela, and it's down for the points. It's an athletic move by Taylor Svela to get to that. One time was the co-freshman of the year in the Peach Belt Conference in 2015. Bogniak leads and kills with 3 for Georgia College right now. Michaela Elliott trying to grab her 3rd, but just misses long.
Yeah, just missed it by an inch.
That's another Bobcat point. They're starting to climb right back in. It was 15-7 at one point, remember, in this opening set. Now within 4. Price hit it with the left hand to our near boundary. Svela able to drop in another for the Bobcats. And all of a sudden, the lead just 3. Taylor Svela came in leading the team in kills with 74 on the year. Elliott tipped one blocker. Setter tries to punch it with the left hand, and it will be a kill for Kayla Brockway, that setter. Led the team in assists coming in, now has her 23rd kill of the season, and head coach Ellen McGill will take a timeout for UNCP. It's probably a pretty telling timeout, Mike Kwan, because the Braves could feel that momentum starting to slip.
Right. I think that's a good It's a good choice to take that timeout. You see they come 17 to 15 right now. Georgia's coming up a little bit behind them, so get them enough time to recuperate, to get their mind back on set.
And when you look right now at the Peach Belt Conference standings and where these two teams are, Georgia College is currently in fourth in the conference, 1-1 after a victory a night ago, 5-2 on the year overall. UNC Pembroke 0-3 in Peach Belt play, still a long conference season ahead for the Braves. The Braves sitting right behind Flagler and Francis Marion right now. They will have Hiawassee later this afternoon, a 4 o'clock first serve scheduled. We will not have that on the UNCP Sports Network because we've got to get all the equipment packed up and over to football for tonight's football game. So we're excited to bring this first match to you this afternoon. So far, UNC Pembroke with a 2-point advantage in our opening set. They'll reset the floor, and the serve belongs with Georgia College and Jordan Mullering. A first-team All-State selection out of the state of Georgia, her senior year of high school. Casey Bell trying to make it a bump set over to Elliott. Sends it too far on the far side, so now all of a sudden the Bobcats within one.
Oh, yeah, they're easing up behind them. They're not, UNCP is not careful. They might go by them, actually, Trevor.
They were able to work a mammoth fifth set at Francis Marion last night. Casey Bell's touch almost cost the Braves there, but they're able to get it back over on a free ball. Turned down by the center, Brockway, and another point for Brockway, and that's now a couple times she's been able to convert on that little trick dump over the net. Nearly a service ace, just kept up. Braves able to zip it back over the top of the tape. Svela has it touched to the near side. That's wide. Georgia College, you mentioned it, Mike Kwan. Now they take the advantage, 18-17, and they are on an 11-2 scoring run. Georgia College had to come from behind in last night's set. Now they get the ace from Jordan Mullering. Five aces for Mullering now on the season.
I have to say, Jordan Mullering has a good serve so far.
They have had a good serve. They had their second service ace. Both teams with two. Ashwell just had the kill. Gets the Braves back within one. You look at it across the board, it's fairly even right now except for blocking. The Braves leading 3-0, and their hit percentage still a bit higher at .346, but it's come back down from that astronomical perfect percentage that they were in the first 12 points of the match. Right up for Svela, pushes it far side. Casey Bell's behind to find it. Back set for Price. Yes, dropped it in. Kiara Price.
Yeah, that was a lovely touch.
Second kill for Price, a perfect 2-2. Ashwell leads the Braves with 6, and Akia Jones with 4. 4 for Taylor Svela and 3 for Libby Bokniak. Tooling a blocker along our near side pin is Bokniak. That's her 4th. 20-19, Georgia College now as we close in on the end of this first set. Race to the finish. These two teams nearly as close as you can be. It's a far floor set to the near side pin. Kill for Ebony Powers. Powers coming right off of her first 20 kill match of her career. Now a timeout taken by Ellen McGill, the second for Coach McGill and the Braves in this opening set. Georgia College storming back right now. It was 15-7, and they have gone on a 14-4 run. That was sparked by their only timeout of the opening set.
Yeah, I think the Braves might just have to take another recuperation to get their mind right again. You see we don't have the same front line. The front line was doing good in the first part. The front line we got down, but I still got faith in them though. That still they might come back and actually win this first set. So I'm still
Their hitting percentage is still higher, 357 to 344 for Georgia College. Right now, the service aces, 2 to either side. It's one for Libby Bokniak and one for Jordan Mollering for Georgia College. And then the 2 back-to-back for Miranda Keita in this opening set for UNCP. Their leading attacker, Madeline Ashwell, 6 kills on 9 tries, hitting .667. Libby Bokniak and Taylor Svala, each with 4 for Georgia College. Georgia College trying to get above 500 in Peach Belt play. Comes back to the near side. Powers had the kill before the timeout. That time Bell with the dig, and it goes right back to Tyler Fitzpatrick for the Braves point. Fitzpatrick, a Charlotte native, converting and had 40 kills coming in today. Fitzpatrick with 1 now in the afternoon. Kayla Elliott, another one of those team leaders, serving it away. Powers off a tip block. Running it down the center, O'Quinn. Trying to go right back to Fitzpatrick, who had the last point. Now Svala sees real estate, drops it in front of Elliott. Georgia College just a few points away in this opening set. A big side out from to earn it back for Svala. A service ace, a miscommunication. Caught looking at each other, Anna Hines and Tyler Fitzpatrick. Now all of a sudden, after the service ace for Svala in the third of the match for Georgia College, they're just a couple points away from wrapping up set number 1. O'Quinn sets it back near side. Tooling the blockers, Kiera Price.
I have to say, Trevor, that actually was a good block from them.
Was nearly a good block, but just a little bit better by Kiara Price, the Fayetteville native, to set that up. Price now with 3 kills. Had just 15 entering play in this 12th match of the year for the Braves. Now 1 tip for UNCP, they kept it up, but Akia Jones a little late to see it to get to it. Set point number 1 for Georgia College now. Braves will need 3 unanswered. It'll start with a side out if they're going to keep the opening set rolling. Kayla Brockway, the Jacksonville native, serves it at the Braves, over to Akia Jones. Over some blockers, kept up by Bokniak. Right back over to the right side. Swift tries to drop it in. Bell kept it up, and Tankersley with a little poke over. It stays on the Georgia College side. There's the first of the 3 points the Braves need.
Yeah, I think they might actually keep that going, Trevor. If our server does good, I think they might actually make it.
Tyler Fitzpatrick is that server. Has 2 aces this year, hitting .143. Reaching out to it, Ewaldson. Back in for Powers. Kept up for a moment by the Braves. They have to send a free ball back. Casey Bell keeps it on the floor. Now a turnover by the center, and it's lost under the net by UNCP. And the Braves cannot send it back Georgia College's way. So the Bobcats come from behind in our first set to win that opening set by a score of 25 to 22. We will take a timeout on this first match of 2 on the day for UNCP, and then we will come back and get you set for set number 2. It's Georgia College leading 1-0 here on the UNCP Sports Network.
I guess sometimes things just happen. Devastating things. Your whole world changes in an instant. That's what happened to me the day my mother had a stroke.
I'm Paul George, and I want you to spot a stroke fast.
F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911.
Protect the ones you love.
Spot a stroke fast.
First set went to Georgia College, 25 to 22. They lead the Braves 1-0 on the UNCP Sports Network as we are getting set for a second set of action. Mike had started off really well for the Braves. They were hitting perfect in those first 12 points, and things kind of started to stumble a little bit down the stretch in set one.
Yeah, Trevor, I think they would get themselves together this time. Seemed like they used all their energy during the first set. The first couple of points, actually, that used all their energy. Hopefully this time they will actually save their energy and make sure they keep going and use it all the way through the set this time instead of running so fast and so hot the first couple of points.
Well, you love that hot start, though. That was exactly what the team was looking for. Madeline Ashwell led it through the first set with 6 kills, hit 667, 4 kills for Akia Jones, then 3 for Kiara Price, 2 for Michaela Elliott, and 1 each for April Tankersley and Tyler Fitzpatrick. On the other side for Georgia College, 5 for Taylor Svela, 4 for Libby Bokniak, 3 for Kayla Brockway, 2 each for Ebony Powers and Emma Bogner, and 1 for Chandler Ewaldson. Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all of its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for our student athletes. Set number 2. The Braves and Georgia College getting set. We'll get the score bug up on the screen in just a second. That first set scored 25-22 for Georgia College running down the stretch. On the floor for the Braves, you look up front, April Tankersley is joined by Akia Jones and Tyler Fitzpatrick. And then Madeline Ashwell, Michaela Elliott, Casey Bell are all waiting to be in serve receive. Georgia College will have the serve in set number 2. Actually, Elliott flipping with Bell, and the Braves, I think, will actually have the serve, here in set number 2. Miranda Cada setting up to take that serve for UNC Pembroke.
And she's actually one of our starting freshmen, too, as well.
Freshman center from Aurora, Illinois. Out of the back row, the try for Libby Bokniak. Comes right back over for Fitzpatrick. Finds a little room on Bokniak. Nice keep up by Ewaldson. Tankersley denied back, just able to tip it over the net. Right in center, they're set for Bogner. Braves are underneath it, over to Akia Jones. Right side pin, the point to start it for the Braves in set 2.
I think we're back off to that good start again, Trevor. They did just see him in the first set. Hopefully they can keep it going for the rest of the set.
That's how it rolled for Akia Jones in set number 1. Actually had that opening point in the first set as well. Bokniak clearing some space, pushing a teammate out of the way out of the back row. Braves covered it, but the second try for Ebony Powers, a little too long, and the Braves get the point. They're all looking around frantically, hoping they didn't touch it. 2-zip UNCP. Just saw the Georgia College bench. Head coach Gretchen Krumdick and Michelle Kelly's with them on the bench. Off the right side, charging in forward, Emily Crowell. Tip back in on the try for Fitzpatrick. Ewaldson, these for Powers on the far side. Nice dig by Cada. Then on the other side by Brockway. Right back in for a southpaw swing from Crowell. Keeping this rally going, Akia Jones. Now the soft shot. Setter runs right into it. Trying to drop it over Crowell and does, just over the Braves block, and that's a momentum shifting point for Georgia College to win the long rally. Gives it to Ebony Powers. 304 kills last year and had the big night last night. Now a service ace in set number 2. We're all tied.
I think Trevor, the UNCP just had a little bit of miscommunication there on that last point taken.
Looked like Casey Bell was crossed up on the serve receive, and now another ace as this time Ashwell has trouble corralling it in. Back-to-back service aces for Ebony Powers. Make it 4 for Georgia College. 46 now on the year. As quick as the service ace comes, it'll go on the service error. Too long by Ebony Powers. Braves even it up in set 2. For Georgia College, that's got to be a focus to take a 2-0 lead after having to play all 5 a night ago.
All right. Hopefully they got a long night rest before they came out here and try to do it all over again.
And Kia Jones a little wide on her try. UNC Pembroke back behind by 1. Chandler Ewaldson, all-academic team. Both of her last eligible years to be a member of that conference academic team. Service error into the net. Working it towards that near side. And again, back and forth we go in set 2. Braves, when you look at the match, still hitting above 300. Their offense has been clicking. They've had some inopportune errors so far. Lands to the near side. Georgia College able to work back ahead. The opening set stayed close in the first few points, and then UNCP went in on its run before Georgia College was able to really storm to the finish. Outscoring at 18-7 the rest of the way from a 15-7 lead. Ashwell able to tool the defenders for the Pembroke point. Score all even in set number 2. Casey O'Quinn to serve in the spot of Kiara Price. Backs it to this right side. Spela is kept back towards the Bobcats. Nice job by Elliott Nashville to be over there for it. Dropping it down. Kiara Price along that front row. Elliott skies up. Spela went one-on-one, pushed it back towards the Braves. One more time with Kiara Price sending it over. Long run. Way to get there by Fitzpatrick. Now Ashwell tips one. Spela keeps it up. Ewaldson pushing it back. O'Quinn sets it up for Elliott. Punches it off the defender's hands. Michaela Elliott ends up getting the point. The long rally won by UNCP.
So right there, they'll keep it up.
Well done there by the Braves, and O'Quinn again to serve. She gets the ace right away. And off of the libero, you don't often see that. You set up the defensive specialist. Third ace for UNC Pembroke. They take a 2-point advantage in set number 2. Now a timeout for a moment, adjusting the left knee pad of the libero, Chandler Ewaldson. Then you got a shoe tie for Ebony Powers as well. Kind of like the pit crew coming off as they're adding a little bit of tape actually below that left knee pad to the calf of Ewaldson. Braves right now, though, feeling pretty confident in set number 2. And Mike, on that hitting percentage, it stays high. Not as high as they'd like for the current set at 167, but over 300 for the whole match.
Still good. Well, they keep the percentage up. I think they'll be all right for the rest of this match. Keep communicating, keep blocking. I think they might actually, UNCP might actually be able to win this set.
That block has been a big one. 3 blocks to none for the Braves over Georgia College. 28 digs for UNCP, just 17 for Georgia College. And the forefront of that, of course, is Casey Bell with 10 digs this afternoon. Bell comes in 18th in the country, averaging 5.85 digs per set. Already about to be ahead of that average this afternoon. The housekeeping continues. The floor toweled up by Libby Bachniak.
I guess Casey Bell said she's a senior. She's going to keep doing what she got to do. She's going to end her senior year out right.
Well, playing through probably a little bit of pain today. Was roughed up in practice yesterday, but returned to play for the Braves a day later. Nice cross-floor kill. Libby Bachniak just finding some real estate. Bachniak has been the leading attacker for Georgia College with 6 kills this afternoon. This is a freshman that head coach Gresham Krumdick's very excited about. The set behind for Ashwell. Tip that front line. It's a quick side out the Braves needed. That side out percentage right now just a little bit below Georgia College, just a touch under 55%. That was a difference maker in set number 1 when the Bobcats stormed from behind. Ewaldson on the receive, right up in the middle for Spela. Backs it over to Kiara Price. Yes, you bet. Another Brave point, make it 9-6, UNC Pembroke. Anna Hines dropping in the short serve. Powers to the side of the blockers. Right back along the near side for Fitzpatrick. Up off the basketball hoop and out of play. Tyler Fitzpatrick, how about that swing?
That was a perfect swing, but I know you're not playing basketball, dog. You're playing volleyball.
Nearly put it in, though. That would have been pretty impressive. 10-6, UNC Pembroke leading right now. Able to work it down along the near side, Ebony Powers. 10-7 now, Braves by 3. Svela, the Charlotte native, with the serve. Kiara Price trying just the light touch over. Back to Powers, over the block. And the point, Georgia College just back by another couple again. They've been good at when they have that wider margin, just come back a couple points. You see a setup from the near side pin, tipped once. Set goes back for Svela. Casey Bell with the dig. And now it's dropped in by the Braves for a point. Braves lead by 3 points. Elliott with the serve. Powers trying to drop it over the blockers. Kiara Price with the left hand over one. Now trying to adjust around the front line, Bogner. Braves need the free ball back from Anna Hines. They get it over to Georgia College. Covering underneath O'Quinn on the try by Brockway for the kill. Setter landed a couple of those in the opening set. Back to Powers, in between the blockers and the tape, and down for the point.
Yeah, that was actually a good save. Good save from our front line. We got a lot of height on that front line. I think they're all 6 foot or 6 foot over.
More height on that front line than in seasons past, up to 5 players above that 6 foot mark, as you mentioned. The slide play set up for Tankersley. Creams the kill. April Tankersley, well set up for the freshman from Fort Mill. Tankersley, one that Ellen McGill, Katie Roofer, her sister, are very excited about. 35 kills coming in, 2 on the match today. Madeline Asheville had the big home debut earlier this year in the Braves win against Converse, and having another good match this afternoon, leading the Braves and the match with 8 kills. They go back to Tankersley, who tries the light drop. And Walton leaving it back row for Bokniak. Dug out by Hines, back around to Fitzpatrick. Off a left paw of Brockway. Now sent away a free ball to the Braves, and they will let it go. Emma Bogner nearly finding room along the far side, but Akia Jones, a little help from her friends to tell her it would be wide.
Yeah, that was a good decision. I'm glad they actually told her that it looked like she was actually getting ready to dive for it, but good communication from her teammates.
Hines had that first touch from the back row. Nice job by Fitzpatrick to send it over without flying into that net. Casey Bell yet another dig. Right back over to Fitzpatrick, and she's blocked back by Crowell and Bogner. That young front line getting up for Georgia College. It's a sophomore and a freshman. 6'2" Bogner, tallest player on the floor this afternoon.
UNCP is still doing a great job keeping their lead.
They're looking for that side out once again. The blockers get up. Jones and Tankersley on the far side. Out of the back row, Powers just inside of Casey Bell, who, despite already having 15 digs on the match today, was unable to keep that one up. Won't get to all of them. Georgia College within 2. That was going to be called out by Tyler Fitzpatrick. Casey Bell tried to receive it anyways, and the ace for Ebony Powers. Service ace, number 6 for Georgia College. Powers goes right at Bell again. This time no problem on the receive. Tankersley set up on the slide. Bell recovers the tip down. A miscalculation on the float by Bogner and a 4th contact against Georgia College. Gets the serve back to the Braves.
Yeah, that was a good call by the ref.
Saw Bogner just unable to get enough on it to tap it over the top of the net. Miranda Cada waiting back to serve. Powers got to it in the back right corner. Casey Bell has one touch. Ashwell punches it over with the right hand. Goes back on a back sent to the near side. Over the blockers by Crowell. And tools a pair for the Georgia College point.
I think that's that energy like we've seen in the last set. Trevor, Georgia College come back real strong.
Last year, Chandler E. Walton had 5 digs per set. Trying to get going with the service aces. Told you came in leading the team. E. Walton has not been able to pick up an ace yet today. Ashwell over a couple, has it punched back to the Braves side once. Here's the back set for Jones, flying in on that right side, just wide. And Georgia College with another point to even it up in set 2.
There's a little bit too much pressure on that last one, Trevor.
It was hard on that work coming in for Akia Jones to go around the blockers. Georgia College came from behind in set number 1. Right now, they're trying to do the same in set number 2. Back for Ebony Powers. Braves just save it. First part of the up was for Miranda Cada. Make that Tyler Fitzpatrick after Cada just had the dig. Back to Jones, and a little too long. Georgia College inches in front. We haven't seen the timeouts yet for either side. Both coaches letting the momentum teeter back and forth in this second set.
I think both teams still got a good little bit of momentum left in them. Going back and forth, back and forth. You know, we don't have too big of a lead for either team.
Big part of getting to that last ball was Taylor Spela. Poked it back down for a 2-point Georgia College lead. As quickly as we were saying, they weren't going to many timeouts. The Braves will take a timeout in set number 2. Georgia College already leading 1-0. They have a 16-14 advantage. When UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialists will cover every football and men's basketball game. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far. So right now we see it at 16-14 for Georgia College in the second set. One thing that's sticking out, Mike One, is that hitting percentage continues to come down for the Braves below 300. In fact, now here in the second set.
Well, hopefully after they get this nice little timeout that they have, recuperate, actually more communication, hopefully they get their hitting percentage back up to above 300. We don't want it to drop below 300. We want to keep it going. Like I said, we still got a pretty good chance of coming back, 16-14 right now, as we get ready to come in after the timeout.
One standout of the Brave attackers is Madeline Ashwell with 8 kills on 15 attacks and 1 error, hitting .467. One of the players carrying the total. Also, Kiara Price has 4 kills on 7 attacks, hitting .571. Akia Jones tried the light tip over, off the left hand to Ewaldson on the eventual kill for Madeline Ashwell. And who else for the Braves, the match leader in kills with 9. Just what UNCP needed out of the timeout, 16-15. Back set to the near side. Crowell try. Now it's Akia Jones with the hard swing. Ewaldson leaves it up on a bump set for Crowell. 2 times dug out by the Braves defense. This time Powers from the back row. Michaela Elliott will miss hit on the attempted bump set. Set stays with Spela. Right down to the floor to the right of Tyler Fitzpatrick. Nice job by Spela to find that bit of room in the back right corner.
Yeah, she had a good eye. I think she knew exactly where she wanted to hit the ball, and that's what she did.
So now 17-15 Bobcats. Jordan Mullerine, also a defensive player of the year in high school for her region. We talked about her first team All-State honors. Akia Jones had one dug out big on that back right side. Now a big block for the Braves coming back in. We hadn't seen the block in a while. That time Michaela Elliott Nakia Jones getting up for it.
That was good hops on that last hit.
That's one thing the Braves have done very, very well. They've outblocked their opponents this year, just under 2 blocks per set. 1-1 at home this season. UNCP trying to even the contest with Georgia College in set 2. Just a poke over by Libby Bokniak. Bokniak retakes the lead for Georgia College and kills on the afternoon with 7. Has her side in front by 2 points in the second set. O'Quinn works it for Elliott. Off of Bokniak. Powers ran it down, kept it alive for the Bobcats. Sent to Ashwell, over a blocker, tipped onto the net, and tooled the defense for another UNCP point.
That was a powerful hit, actually, Trevor.
Madeline Ashwell has been doing that all afternoon. They get double-digit kills for Ashwell, and if she can pick up 6 more digs, of course, today could be headed towards a double-double. We're seeing a yellow card coming out towards Georgia College right now. I think things must have gotten a little bit chippy on their side of the net. The Bobcats were frustrated. They were tooled by Ashwell on that last play, and their captain, speaking with the official, Kayla Brockway, the setter, is involved in the conversation. It'll be a serve for UNC Pembroke, so the yellow card issued to Georgia College. Braves behind by just a point. Anna Hines has the serve. Hines with 1 service ace this season. Brockway sets it over to Ebony Powers. Casey Bell, dig number 18. Fitzpatrick now tipping underneath the block to tie it up.
I think there's a good momentum, good energy coming from the Braves as we speak. They keep it up. I believe they actually might take this set.
Well, they're starting to believe it right now, even at 18. Powers tries to float it, tips a blocker on the front line. Net violation against the Braves anyways. Getting that point back to Georgia College. Taylor Spela back with the serve. Had 29 double-digit kill matches coming into the season. Braves have done a good job keeping her at bay so far with just 6 kills. Now a light touch by Emma Bogner, not going to be able to clear the net. Back and forth we go, tied at 19 in the second set. Elliott runs into that serve, over to Powers with the set. Hines behind to get to it for the Braves. Fitzpatrick angles over the tape. Quick turn by Brockway. Braves see it. That was O'Quinn. The other setter on the back end. Kill for Kiara Price.
She's coming in as a sophomore. She's actually still doing pretty good. When she came in as a freshman, she did the same thing. Does good energy bringing it back in as now she's a sophomore. She's still got 2 more years left here at UNCP.
Right side hitter had a lot of success in high school. The service error, evening it right back up at 20. Got another close finish brewing in set number 2 after the first set went 25-22 to Georgia College. The serve from Kayla Brockway. Back set for Kiara Price. Push back toward her. Anna Hines, the free ball back away. Kept up off the floor for a moment by O'Quinn, but it was too strong. Emily Crowell able to get the point for Georgia College and puts them ahead by 1. O'Quinn, her turn to try to turn a set. Bokniak had to send the free ball back to the Braves. They set up a slide for Tankersley, trying to push it far. Just a little too far. No, they're going to say a touch up in the front. Georgia College can't believe it. Storming up off the bench, Gretchen Krumdick to talk to the down official. So that evens it up. I personally did not think it was touch. We're, of course, very high. We're perched well above the action.
Trevor, I agree with you. I didn't believe it was touch either. But, you know, we up here high, and I guess what the down and up ref see is different from what we see.
Well, and certainly different than what Gretchen Krumdick saw as she continues to tell the up official, David May, but she's not happy with that call. It's a big momentum call. It evens it up at 21 in set number 2. Braves certainly needed the side out at that point. Wide along the near side, Emma Bogner with the try. Another Brave point on the attacking air. Timeout taken by Georgia College. They try to regain a little bit of momentum, but the Braves starting to sneak ahead in that department right now.
Yeah, I think Georgia actually is finally feeling a little heat, especially compared to that hit. That it was touching. I agree with their coach, but just got to come back and get it strong again.
Fans enjoying it this afternoon. A little dance action here. 22-21, the Braves leading in set number 2. Lumbee River Electric Membership Corporation belongs to the members it serves. That means their members have a say in how their co-op is run. And with members in charge, you can feel confident that the decisions made are in your best interest and the best interest of your community. Doesn't that sound good? Members know they can trust LREMC because it was created not to make profits, but to deliver on this promise, providing safe, reliable, and affordable electricity. 4 values, the foundation of LREMC's service to its members: innovation, commitment to community, accountability, and integrity. These values represent the cooperative difference in how their co-op earns the trust of members every day. Braves working to even up the match right now, trailing a set to none. Georgia College taking every bit of time it can in its timeout.
If the Braves keep up their energy and momentum and communication that they have, I believe they will take this set away from Georgia College.
Miranda Keita has a serve set to left side. Powers flicks it over one. Casey Bell back on the receive and a double contact. Was not clean on that touch. Bell does have a tremendous 18 digs in this match. That cost the Braves a point.
Now we got it tied up 22-22.
Powers now serves. Right away for Tankersley. Knocked it off the shoulder of Crowell. Hines on the receive. Fitzpatrick light over. Brock Way had the first touch. Ends up being a free ball back to the Braves. Powers could never get the angle for the swing. Fitzpatrick had it dug out by Powers to the back row underneath Hines. Emily Crowell put Georgia College back in front. They need just a couple more points to try to take a 2-0 lead. 23-22 Bobcats. Fitzpatrick on the receive. Was funneled back right corner. Akia Jones. A lot on the swing. Bigger dig. The set try towards net results in a 4th contact as Fitzpatrick can't get one over. Georgia College now set point number 1 in the 2nd set. Their bench loving what they're seeing right now.
Yeah, come back to the score from last set. It was 25-22. Right now it's 24-22. Hopefully the Braves will keep.
Well, it ends up being that same score as set number 1. A little too long for UNC Pembroke. And Georgia College takes the 2nd set 25-22. Same score that they took set number 1 by. We will take a timeout. We'll be back right after this here on the UNCP Sports Network.
When it comes to saving money,
What?
don't act like a baby.
Oh, it's like they're having their own little meeting.
This is so humiliating.
Be the boss
I'm the boss.
What the?
Power nap.
You were saying,
and make a budget.
Let's get to work.
Need a little help?
Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
Create a personalized savings plan and get other tools and tips
We can share.
you obviously didn't go to business school.
at feedthepig.org.
Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have.
Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
Back at Lumbee Guarantee Bank Court, Trevor Williams, Myquan Cole, the rest of our great crew with you, including our director, Stefan Lewis, as at the intermission between sets 2 and 3, it's Georgia College leading 2-0. They won both of the opening sets by set scores 25-22. And Myquan, your thoughts so far on the match this afternoon?
My thoughts, the Braves still doing pretty good. I mean, as long as they keep their energy up, I know they had a lot of miscommunication, a lot of missed points as well. But coming into this set, hopefully they can take that home and we'll keep going. Maybe we might go to 5 sets. But, if we don't, the Braves still doing a good job for being a young team. You have a lot of your freshmen out here on the floor, and they're doing very well as to come in as a freshman. You have your sophomore, who's actually returning, actually being her first year here. She actually is coming, Casey O'Quinn, number 3 for UNCP. She's come back in sophomore. So for her to come back, to be new to the Braves, she's still doing good. The host team's still doing good. So I believe we actually might win this. They're taking their time out and, keep talking, doing the communication, and hopefully we'll see what happens.
All right, well, we will see how that goes. Right now, the team hit percentage said being led by Madeline Ashwell. We're going to talk about the stats when we come back after another timeout. We'll prepare to take a timeout. We'll come back and talk about those stats. Leaders on the other side, Ebony Powers and Libby Bachniak for Georgia College. We will take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll talk about all of those stats after a message right here on the UNCP Sports Network.
Success on 3. There are over 400,000 NCAA student athletes. And just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I've just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
We often get the question, where does the money go? More than 90% of NCAA revenue supports 89 championships and more than 1,100 member schools that give $2.7 billion in scholarships each year. Look around you. There are more than 450,000 student athletes competing every year, succeeding on the field, in the classroom, and in life. Bottom line, we put our money where our mission is.
Back here in Pembroke, North Carolina, it is a 2-0 lead for Georgia College. The Bobcats over the UNCP Braves. We heard from Myquan Cole in the last segment about the Braves picking it up offensively, and they have been well above their offensive average this afternoon, hitting .227 for the match. Big part of that is Madeline Ashwell with 10 kills, leads the match, 19 attacks, 1 air, hitting .474. It's been a big afternoon for Madeline Ashwell, the sophomore outside hitter. Also has 4 digs to go along with it. Casey Bell has already dug out 19 for the Braves today. 17 assists for Casey O'Quinn, also notable. 5 kills each for Akia Jones and Kiara Price. On the other side for Georgia College, 7 kills each for Ebony Powers and Libby Bachniak. 6 for Taylor Svela, who's usually the team leader. Svela in hit percentage has done very well, though, hitting .385. 15 digs, 24 assists for Kayla Brockway already with another double-double on her career. Had 19 a season ago, no surprise to see that junior setter contributing for the Bobcats. If you ever wondered why our sponsor Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC has such a long name, one reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-the-line Cadillacs. So why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. They're located next to Lumberton High School.
Hey, Trevor, you think I go there and might get a Cadillac?
You want to get a Cadillac? How you're feeling that? I'd go for a Cadillac. I need a little more in the bank account. We might have to talk to Lumbee Guarantee Bank a little later in the broadcast, see what they can do about that.
Yeah, maybe they give us a nice, good old little credit loan, hopefully.
Yeah.
Cadillacs, they're not cheap.
No, they're not cheap, but they do a great job there at Lumberton Chevy. Be sure to check them out. Braves right now on the floor as they are getting set. April Tankersley, Akia Jones, and Tyler Fitzpatrick will play the front line. Miranda Cada, Michaela Elliott, Madeline Ashwell, and Casey Bell complete the rotation for the Braves. On the other side for Georgia College, Emma Bachner, Emily Crowell, and Ebony Powers up front. The rest of the rotation, Kayla Brockway, who already has that double-double, Taylor Svela, and then it's Libby Bachniak and libero Chandler E. Waldson. We'd also like to thank Domino's on this broadcast. Domino's Pizza is a proud sponsor of UNC Pembroke Athletics, and they're sponsoring the TV production here this afternoon as well. And they are also feeding the crew. I know our crew really appreciates that. So we get ready for set number 3. A big thank you to Domino's as well.
Yes, thank you, Domino's. Thank you so much.
I love that food, the pregame spread. Right now, both teams waiting as the rotations get set at the table by our officials. A couple team comparison numbers for you. The kills dead even in the first 2 sets at 30 aside. Hit percentage 227 to 221, just in favor of the Braves. Assists even, service errors even. Aces twice as many for Georgia College. They have 6 to just 3 for UNC Pembroke. Braves with 12 more digs and 2 more blocks at 4 to 2. The side-out percentage usually tells the story of the match, and it has for Georgia College. They've done a good job of winning side-out back, just a hair under 60%. Braves just a touch over 50%. Certainly something that UNCP wants to work to mitigate in set number 3 are those runs for Georgia College. They will start with serve Kayla Brockway in set number 3.
For Georgia, just coming off the road, they're actually doing a pretty good job. Don't get me wrong, UNCP had a little break in them.
This could be a big trip north for them to try to pick up wins in back-to-back games. Right away, Ebony Powers grabs the first point of set number 3. Georgia College off and rolling. Yeah. Same token, Braves got to win 3 straight sets, but Georgia College wouldn't mind a quick one this afternoon.
No, they wouldn't mind a quick one. Maybe after this they can go back and relax, take that little road trip.
Not relaxing, though, Tyler Fitzpatrick with the last block. Gets the bench involved. First point for the Braves. There's a quick side out that they need to avoid those runs for Georgia College. Fitzpatrick comes right back with the serve, but fires into the net on the air. The Braves, that's even at service errors and aces, 3 to both sides. Georgia College did a great job. 3 times as many aces as errors. A drop shot in for Akia Jones.
That's what a lovely soft touch.
And that's the danger of Akia Jones. It's like a good changeup in baseball because she showcased the strong swing at times this afternoon, but then to be able to adjust and just tap one over, it's a very nice little thing to add into the toolkit. Casey Bell right away with the service ace. Bell's first service ace, 4th for the Braves this afternoon. 2 service aces for Miranda Cada as well, and 1 for Casey O'Quinn. Casey Bell waiting. Wants back-to-back like Cada had earlier, and it is a poor contact, a double contact. In fact, Braves now by 2, lead 4-2.
That was a good save by Kia Jones. Being a junior, she's been doing that since her freshman year. Been playing all 3 years since she's been here at UNCP.
The Braves right now taking advantage of a little bit of momentum. Able to avoid some touches up front, and they get the shot wide. The longer you can keep Casey Bell on the service line, the better it gets.
Oh, yeah.
Dropped it in towards that attack line, and her friend Michaela Elliott just able to tip it back over the net. 6-2 Braves, and the Braves are rolling right now, a 5-0 scoring run.
Yeah, Troy, I think we've seen the same thing during the first set. The Braves was taking the lead, but they can't just slack off. They know what Georgia is capable of doing.
They get a 6th consecutive point on another wide try for Ebony Powers, a timeout taken by Georgia College. You mentioned it, it's exactly like the first set. They're hitting perfect in set number 3 right now. The team hit percentage at 236. Georgia College now below 200. And these fans, despite being down 2-0, they're still enjoying themselves here this afternoon.
Yeah, the fans, all this energy out here, Family and Friends Day. A lot of families and friends came out to support not only their kids, but came out to the volleyball game. And, the music that I think they have is energetic and having a lot of fun out here today.
And you've got the Parents and Families Night continuing. This presented by Blue Campus, Tusculum tonight. They are here to play football against UNC Pembroke. 7 o'clock kick, just a couple hundred yards away from us at Grace P. Johnson Stadium. You can catch that on the UNCP Sports Network if you can't be here in Pembroke. And our best wishes as well. Golf is competing. The women's golf team right now down in South Carolina getting their season started today. UNCP women's soccer, and they will be competing this afternoon as well. So a full slate of games all around the East Coast for UNCP. Casey Bell will remain on the service line. We'll see if she's iced out of the timeout. So many times you see teams trying to ice those servers, especially when they get on a run like the Braves have been on, 6-0 scoring run. In between a couple blockers, Libby Bachniak, and she ties up Ebony Powers for the team lead kills.
I think Georgia, they know what they're looking for. They see who the strongest players are in UNC Pembroke team. You just got to keep the momentum. I think right here on this last shot, that was a lack of communication.
Powers right off the kill, then able to turn it over to Ewaldson, who did lead the team, as we said, coming in service aces. Just picked up her first, now 10 on the year. Michaela Elliott skying over the block. And Elliott's had some great hops this afternoon, at times just beating the block high, which isn't the easiest thing to do.
Oh, yeah, she's looking pretty good out there today. Being a sophomore and then being 6 foot, hey, all that talent that she has to keep going for the next few years, or how many years she's here, she's looking pretty good tonight, and hopefully she'll keep that going.
Casey O'Quinn on the last serve. Spela off the front line, and past Casey Bell, is trying to cover far sideline. Georgia College to the side out to get it back for Ebony Powers. It's been a pretty spread out attack for Georgia College. Spela just picked up her 7th kill. Powers and Bachniak each with 8. Free ball is coming to Georgia College. Spela in between a couple blockers. Back-to-back points for Spela, Georgia College within 2.
Like I said before, Trevor, I said, UNCP was getting kind of heavy, with being in the lead. But like I said, you can't sleep on Georgia. You never know. They might come back, or UNCP might take this all the way home.
Michaela Elliott issues one of the toughest things to take on the receiving end. Jordan Mollering had to wear that one off the right side of her face, in fact.
She might need a little ice after she finishes.
had the UNCP bench smiling. They call it a six-pack in beach volleyball. Tooled the Braves for the Georgia College point. You know why they call it a six-pack, Marquand?
No, I don't know why they call it a six-pack.
Because on the beach, when you would do it to somebody, the deal was you'd buy them a six-pack after the game was over as an apology for hitting them up above the shoulder.
That would have been nice. I wish we had some sand volleyball here out here at UNCP.
It's certainly good enough weather today. Great, beautiful day outside. A lot of fun here inside. UNCP leading by 2 in the third set, and the Braves working just over the tape. Michaela Elliott for the kill. Elliott now with 7 kills, second behind Madeline Ashwell for UNCP.
Making it 10-7 now, Trevor. UNCP, you never know.
Well, Georgia College has come from behind in each of the first 2 sets. Ebony Powers, kind of the go-to of the last few points. All of a sudden, she's tied for the team lead in kills for Georgia College with her 9th.
Yeah, right now for Georgia, Ebony Powers looks like one of their strongest players as we're seeing right now.
She's 2 digs away from a double-double. Casey O'Quinn set up Kiara Price, the Braves point. We should mention on UNCP's side, Tyler Fitzpatrick does already have a double-double in digs and assists. Miranda Cada in to serve for UNCP. Quick with it over the net. Cada, the service ace. And about Cada's 3rd of the afternoon after having back-to-back in set 1.
UNCP keep it up. I see a lot of good energy out there, a lot of good communication.
Powers over the block. Hines was behind it. Fitzpatrick as it tipped by 1. Has a way to go in kills to try to get to a triple-double. Trying to chase it down by her own bench, but it is out of play and another Georgia College point. Ebony Powers on the last kill to make it a 12-9 UNCP lead. The serve back to Georgia College and Kayla Brockway.
Kayla Brockway, she's been doing actually pretty good with her serves.
The back set for Tankersley, but denied by Powers and Bogner. That's 6-2 and 5-11. The freshman and the junior teaming up to send it away for the Bobcats.
I don't know what happened after they came after their timeout, but I think the Braves actually got their little stuff together.
13-9 Braves, and into the net, Miranda Cada on the serve. So it is now 13-10. Powers sending it along the back left. Ashwell gets to it once, now has it tipped back down. Kroll and Bogner able to put it back on the floor. 13-11.
UNCP can't sleep on Georgia right now, even though they're only 2 points behind. You know, they got a good server in Monty Powers back there.
Double contact on that attack try. Right before Tankersley was able to get to it. Not a clean set. Goes back over to the right side with Crowell. Akia Jones trying to push it back left. Powers finds it. Over to Crowell. Off a blocker, Casey Bell. Plays it through the tip. Ashwell has it knocked back to her side. Jones unable to keep it off the floor. Georgia College, you blink, and they're back to even.
We're back 13-13. Just a little too late for Akia Jones.
This is where the Braves have made their money this afternoon or the Bobcats rather made their money this afternoon after the 15-point mark. Done a good job down the stretch. Akia Jones just keeping that inside and pointed quite confidently that was in.
Oh yeah, you never know what you might get from her. You might either get a soft touch or you might get a nice hard spike. Just gotta keep your eyes out, keep your eyes open.
The Braves able to inch back in front. Long run for Brockway, and now she has improper set in the double contacts. Ball handling error, and maybe a byproduct of how long Brockway had to go to get to that set. Just didn't quite have enough time to get those hands in position.
You gotta be ready at all times.
Brockway this time is ready for it. The kill for Libby Bokniak.
UNC Braves was a little bit too slow.
Didn't quite have the rotation on that back end to get to it underneath. 15-14. For Elliott, turns it with the right hand. Back on the right side and on the hands of a blocker, Emily Crowell, able to work it for the point. Back to even at 15. It's a race to 10 now in set number 3.
Hey, Drew, I think we're seeing the same thing that we've seen in set 2, going back and forth. Still good energy, still good momentum from both teams.
It's been tightly contested. The service ace for Chandler Ewaldson. We mentioned the best at service aces on the team coming in. Ewaldson now with 2. Behind Ebony Powers with 3. And those aces have been the thorn in the UNCP side. 7 for Georgia College with just 2 errors. Right on cue, Taylor Svela.
Now we see Georgia's back in the lead. Now we're 17-15. We got a timeout for UNCP. I think that they see that Georgia's not playing around now. This is the last set. We got 17-15. So it's a good chance, UNCP to see their communication and recuperate and get back out there on the court.
Well, they have out-hit Georgia College all afternoon, really. 333 the hit percentage of the current set for UNC Pembroke. 353 in the set, actually, for Georgia College. They now just inched ahead in set 3. For the match, Braves still slightly ahead in overall hitting percentage. Remind you that this broadcast brought to you in part by Adidas, the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. We thank Adidas for all of its support in offering UNC Pembroke the best for our student athletes.
Hey, we might get a pair of those shoes.
I'm wearing one right now. Don't tell anybody. Adidas.
Hey.
Keeps you comfortable with the suit. 17-15, Georgia College ahead in set number 3. We mentioned those service aces being a huge part of the story for Georgia College. They have 8 aces. We actually were 1 shy on the tally for Chandler Ewaldson. You see there, 2 aces this afternoon, 3 for Ebony Powers, 8 in total for Georgia College. That serve receive has had a lot to deal with for UNC Pembroke. Trying to run it down, Georgia College towards the bleachers, but they just can't keep it in. Kayla Brockway with the good effort by the bench.
Trevor, I think I probably would have let that ball go. If I was them, I would have let the ball go out.
You are not as brave as them. Running into that bench. Brockway with no regard for her own safety. Went right after it.
Guess you got to do what you got to do.
Casey O'Quinn on the serve. Casey Bell on the far side. Has a little help from Tyler Fitzpatrick. And the free ball back to Georgia College. Set up along the near side. It's blocked high to the sky. Bokniak had the try. Elliott and Price were in the area. Finally ends up on the hand of Crowell.
Yeah, that looked like that shot was actually intended for Casey O'Quinn, but as you see, a little late reaction.
So 18-16 the score. Jordan Mollering on the serve. Put back down by Brockway on the overpass and the serve receive. Georgia College starting to position itself in set 3, trying to make it a sweep this afternoon.
Hey, it's a beautiful day. They just came off the road, back on the road again. They didn't just want to take it on home.
How about Michaela Elliott? What a swing. Off the feet of Libby Bokniak and a surprise for the outside hitter. Elliott came off that with some fire.
Oh, yeah.
Madeline Ashwell even smiling about it as she went back to the bench. That got a little life into this UNCP side. See if they go right back to Elliott. No, they go to Kiara Price. The overpass for Elliott knocked right back down. The sophomore trying to will the Braves back into it.
She might actually do that, Trevor. You see we still got that good old tall front line back up here again.
Back over to Bokniak. Only Bokniak, the tool of Michaela Elliott, able to use the Hands to the left side blocker for UNC Pembroke. Earns the important serve back and does so to send herself to the line. From a standing serve, long run for O'Quinn. Fitzpatrick angles it around the block. Now Svela. Picked up by O'Quinn. Casey Bell tries for the bump set. Free ball back on over. Turn with a left hand by Brockway. One more free ball coming. Brockway gets the set this time for Svela. Blocked back away by Elliott and Kiara Price.
Oh, that front line's not playing no more. I guess they got tired of seeing Georgia take all their points away from them, so they got them back up here again. And Elliott says, we're getting them back.
7 blocks for UNC Pembroke to just 4 for Georgia College. Blocking on the front line has been impressive. O'Quinn tries to turn it with a little quick pace. Back over to Ebony Powers. Punched by Elliott to keep it up. Hines sends it away to the Bobcats. Long run down for Brockway. Back to Powers. Underneath O'Quinn once again. Fitzpatrick tries to paw it to the back right corner. Svela looking for the short free ball and fires it into the net. Braves even it up in set 3 at 20 all.
We had a good little rally going for a little while. Number 16 for Georgia was just a little bit short, a little bit too short of the net.
Braves have scored 4 of the last 5 points in the set. The little flick for Ebony Powers does enough. Put Georgia College ahead.
Now we're back 21-20.
This is where we see what the Braves learned in sets 1 and 2 down the stretch. They're trying to finish one now in set number 3. We'll have to do so from just slightly behind. Back to Powers, and Powers back-to-back points for the Bobcats.
Braves got to tighten up. That's the same thing we've seen in set 1 and set 2. You get down close to near the end.
Hines, trouble on the serve receive, and the ace for Taylor Svela. A timeout by UNC Pembroke. Ellen McGill feeling the pressure now in set number 3 for her side. A 3-0 scoring run for Georgia College breaks the 20-20 tie in set number 3. And now the Bobcats can start to talk about trying to sweep. UNC Pembroke has to figure out how to dig out of the hole.
Yeah, this timeout just gives them a good chance to actually think about what they need to do and how they need to do it.
And a chance maybe to cool down the server as well, Taylor Svela, who's put on some good serves in this sequence, including a 9th service ace on the afternoon for Georgia College. Remind you, when UNC Pembroke athletes train and compete, Scotland Healthcare System will be part of the team as the official healthcare provider for UNCP Athletics. Led by Ortho Carolina Scotland orthopedic physician Dr. Richard Alexander, their specialists will cover every football and men's basketball game this season. From practice drills to kickoff and tip-off, Scotland's medical experts will oversee training staff operations. It's one more way Scotland Healthcare is keeping its commitment to be there for the region, delivering closer care that's better by far. They partner up with the athletic training department for UNC Pembroke. They do a great job across all the teams. 23-20 Georgia College in front. They're trying to serve down to the finish, but that timeout did just what the Braves need, and that was cool down Taylor Svela.
And once you get somebody off their hot streak, it's hard to come back.
23-21 now, and that important service error gets it back to the Braves, and chance to serve for Miranda Cato. Has 3 service aces today. A tough serve. Powers lightly over the blockers. Georgia College, here comes match point number 1.
I don't know, Trevor. I know even with Georgia just coming off the road, they might take home another win.
They could have a chance to do it in a sweep. Braves need 3 unanswered points now to fight off the ropes in set 3. Knocked back Akia Jones. A right hand adjusts over. Now an overpass. Fitzpatrick misfires into the net, and that does it for Georgia College this afternoon to take the 3-set sweep over UNC Pembroke. 25-21, the final set. All of these sets very heavily contested. 2 teams that were very evenly matched, but at the end of the day, Georgia College just had a little bit more in the tank and the closing points of each of those sets.
Yeah, I think both teams actually did a very good job. Even though both sets, all the sets were close, Georgia just took it all home.
So that is the final this afternoon, 3-0 for the Georgia College Bobcats over the UNC Pembroke Braves. As we mentioned, it's a quick turnaround now. We will head over to Grace P. Johnson Stadium. There'll be one more game here in-house, but we'll be back over at Grace P. Johnson for football broadcast. Will start around 6:50 with a kickoff at 7 against Tusculum. For our great crew director, Stefan Lewis, I should say, and our color coordinator, Mike Juan Cole, this is Trevor Williams wishing you a pleasant afternoon from Pembroke, North Carolina. We can't wait to have you back for more Braves Athletics here on the UNCP Sports Network.